Now this is going to be our shower area. If we go to rooms, right, then we can go shower, and we can actually mark this in as a shower, and mark this in as a shower as well. Boom, there we go. So now we've ticked off shower. Oh yeah, we're getting closer to that extra 10 grand. Oh yes we are. Build a yard. Well, the yard's going to go in here, like I said, but we need them to build this first. And they've got a fair old amount of stuff to do. They've got a lot of pipe work to do. So let's speed them up a bit, shall we? Oh, look at them go. Look at them go. Look at all the pipes. Look at all the pipes in the box. They really crack on when you speed things up. By the way, these speeds, you might think this is single speed, double speed and triple speed. No, it's actually single speed, double speed, and this is times 5. Right, which is why I'm going to use that quite sparingly, because I'm going to try and be good in this series. I'm going to try and zoom in a lot and like show you the details of what's going on, you know, because I think that they've done an amazing job. When I first saw the graphics for this game, I was like, it's bright, I'm kind of not that keen, but the details in here and the humour that's kind of built into it, I think is awesome. I'm a complete convert to this game, and I am totally addicted to it. Like, I just want to play this damn game all the time. Right, you know what? I'm going to give a quick burst on 5 times speed, because I want to get this building built so that we can get on and do the kitchens. Come on, guys. Oh, I think we had a save then. There's a lot of pipe work for them to do. Still doing the drains. Oh, they've started on this now. Good, good, good. Come on, guys. But like the time is ticking away. We're down to 9 hours. We'll have people arriving in 9 hours, for heaven's sake. Right, they've done that room. Right, let's slow this down again while we're planning out the next phase of our little empire. Okay, what am I going to put in next? Well, we're going to put in, let's put the kitchens and canteen in. So, how is this going to kind of hang together? Now, the way I'm going to lay this out, it kind of doesn't tie in that well with the holding cells, but because you kind of need, you always need like 2 extra squares. So instead of starting it in line with this wall, I'm going to start it 1 further out, and then it'll extend 1 further out on the other side. Right? Now, how big is this going to be? Well, we need, I'm going to have a space, then we're going to have 2 tables. Now, a table is 4 squares long, so I need to add another 8. So that would be 11, wouldn't it? Yeah. And then I want a space. That takes us up to 12. Then I want a serving table, which takes us up to 13. Then a space, which is 14. Then I want a cooker and a freezer. Well, fridge. Refrigerator for the Americans. So that's going to take us up to 15, 16. So 16. There we go. Then I want a space, 17. Then I want a sink, which is 18. And then I want the wall, 19. And that, so it needs to be 19 by 15. So where are we? 19 by 15. Boom. Alrighty. Now, while they get on with that and do that, and we need to put a couple of doors in for them. Let's put a couple of doors in. So let's put a door, jail door there, and a jail door there. Oh no, that's in the wrong place. Take that out. Jail door there, opposite this one. Oh yeah. Right, now I'm going to use a fence. First time, I think. I don't think I've used a fence so far, have I? No, I haven't. We're going to have a fence across here. Right? which leaves us with a 5x5 area in here. Right, that's going to be the yard. I'm going to take a concrete wall and put across there. We've got that in again. Good. And then we've got a 5x5 area in here, and this is going to be the recreation room. Wait, they call it a common room. I think the American... I suppose that's more of an English term, a common room. You guys would call it a rec room, I guess. Right, so let's put in those rooms. I'm just watching these guys working. I love watching these guys working. I love the construction work. And look, they're working at night. And they got their little... I mean, good God. I mean, you try and get a plumber, like, after hours. No wonder this prison costs a damn much. They must be paying these guys a fortune. Right, let's get on. The hell am I on about? Let's put in a couple more rooms. So where's the common room? Here's the common room. This is an area for your prisoners to spend some free time to relax. Not going to be too much relaxing in this prison. Probably going to be a lot of fighting in this prison. Right, so we're going to have 5x5 common room, and then we're going to have a yard over here. So 5x5 yard. Boom. There we go. Done. Right. But the yard needs to be secure behind at least one door. Right. And something's not right somewhere. But it'll get fixed. Oh, it's because this isn't built yet. But it'll get built. It'll get built. And then that'll be cool. But we're going to put a lot more stuff in here. Right. So, for example, the kitchens are a great source of contraband. They'll want to steal things like spoons and forks and all kinds of stuff like that, right? Which obviously is not a good thing for us in terms of stopping them from like doing things like tunneling out. Need to put that wall back in. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that anybody that comes out of the kitchens has to go through a metal detector, so that if they've got a metal object like a spoon or a knife or a fork, we will know about it. So we're going to go to objects, and we're going to bring where's metal detector. Here it is, metal detector. We could put a metal detector in front of this door, right? So anybody coming through here has to go through the metal detector, and if they're carrying any metal, they'll be detected. Kind of does what it says on the tin, kind of thing. Now you may be thinking, hang on, you've got that, you need to spin that round. If I spin it round, it's in exactly the same place. Okay, so it kind of doesn't matter, right? Well, like it's, yeah, it doesn't matter, right? So don't worry about that. So we've got a couple of metal detectors. Now, over here at our entrance, we're going to do the same thing. So anything that comes through here, we like, if it's like metal, like knives and drills that they use, they get drills smuggled in. We're going to have a couple of metal detectors here. Now you may say, well, why don't you just put one door? Then like you'd only need one metal detector. Well, this is going to be quite busy sometimes, and I don't want it to be too much of a bottleneck. So we're gonna have a double door, and we're gonna have two metal detectors. I think it's worth the extra investment. Okay, so we're 5 hours away from our first intake of prisoners. We need these operational. When that, I mean, to be honest, we kind of don't need them operational for the first intake of prisoners, but I want them. Okay, it kind of, I just do. So the one thing I'm going to need to get these operational is I'm going to have to hook them up directly to the mains. Some devices have to be, because they take a lot more power, have to be hooked up directly. Okay, so we go to utilities, right, and you can see they've got the power cable thing sign. So they have to be hooked up directly. So we need to hook that up there. And that one. Right, cool. So, now we've hooked those up, we're also going to have to hook these two up as well. So we're going to need to run cables up here. But, once I've run the cables up there, right, I could, rather than having to run them all up here as well, I could just run these cables over to there, like that. Cool. Alrighty. So that's our metal detectors. Now that should stop stuff coming in from the outside being smuggled in, right? And stuff being smuggled out of the kitchen. But that's only going to detect metal items. What about things like drugs? Well, to stop drugs, right, we're going to have to use either intelligence, and we'll get onto that subject later in the series, or we're going to have to use dogs, right, which is something else that we're going to be covering later in the series. But one thing I'll tell you how I'm going to be laying out the dogs, because I want to talk to you about like kind of the perimeter. Oh yeah. What we're going to do, and I'll use the planning tool and I'll kind of show you how I'm going to lay this out. So what I'm going to have is a perimeter wall, okay, that's going to run, it's going to be like one inside the outside thing, because you can't put a perimeter wall on this, you can't build on this outside tile, so it's going to be one in. So there's going to be a perimeter wall running, well, like what the hell, oh good lord, let's try that again. Misclick. So this is going to be running all the way. I'm just going to put like one side in. I'm not going to do like the whole entire prison. So let's zoom into here. Okay, so there's going to be a perimeter wall going up there, and then obviously that's going to come down here and go all the way to the other side. Right. Now the thing about a perimeter wall is it takes a hell of a long time to tunnel underneath a perimeter wall, because the perimeter walls go very deep. So you've either got to dig very, very deep, which takes a long time, or you've got to tunnel through concrete, which takes a long time. Okay, so either way, it's not a good thing for the prisoners. Then, on each corner, we're going to have a kennel, right, for the dogs, right? And we're going to put in, actually, it'll be like, that'll be, and 6, and there. So there's a 5x5 area, which is the minimum area that you need for a kennel, right? So we'll have a kennel in there, and then there'll be a fence from here, right, running all the way up alongside the wall to about there, because obviously there's going to be another kennel over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it'll be there. Boom. Another kennel. Right. And then what we're going to have is guard dog patrols. Right. And from each corner they'll patrol like half of this. Right. And then there'll be another dog from this kennel patrolling this half. Right. And the reason we have that is because the dogs can sniff out tunnels. So if the dogs are going up here and they walk over a tunnel, they'll leave a little marker and say, hey, there's a tunnel here, and then we can investigate and we can like trace it back to where it came from, and then ultimately discover it and find out who's responsible and throw them in solitary confinement for the rest of their lives. Okay, maybe not for the rest of their lives, but for a very, very long time, because they're very, very naughty boys. Right, what are we going to do? I've just paused the game because we want to put some other stuff in here, and also the kitchen's done, so we want to do the whole canteen and kitchen thing. We've only got 3.5 hours before people turn up, and I've got nothing to wear. Right, let's God, I sounded something now. Right, let's put in the kitchen. Let's do the let's start at this end. We'll do the kitchen first. So, I must admit, I really like laying these out. This is really addictive fun, guys. It really is. How are we going to do the kitchen? Right. This is where it really helps to actually lay out the room first, because you get the context-sensitive things. See, this isn't showing me the kitchen items, right? But if I go to rooms and I say, okay, where's kitchen? Kitchen. Here's kitchen. Right. If I say, okay, this is kitchen. Now this is going to be, let's see, sink, gap, cooker, a cooker and freezer. Right. So it's going to be there. Right. So this is the kitchen area. Now it'll highlight, when I go to objects, it'll highlight all of the kitchen objects. It just makes life so much easier. Right. So I'm going to put sink there and there. And I think I'm just going to get like 1/2 of the canteen done for now. So I'm going to take a fridge. We'll have a fridge, and I want to turn this around. So I want a fridge there, and a fridge there, and then I want a cooker, and that was the right way around. So I want a cooker there, and a cooker there. Cool. And in actual fact, I can make the kitchen like one bigger. So let's have the kitchen. Right, cool. And then we're going to mark out a canteen. So this is where the guys are actually going to eat. So this is the canteen, and again, I'll mark out the whole thing, but I'm only going to do like 1/2 of it. So what do you need in a canteen? Well, you need a serving table, so that's the place where they go and get the food, and then you need tables and benches for them to sit down and eat, which is like all pretty sensible stuff. So here's a serving table, right? And you can see like this. This is the bit at the top. Let me put it in, then I can point to things. So we're going to put the serving table in. The serving table goes in there. Right. So you've got. Get rid of this so I get them actually point at things. So this is where the food will be put, right? The different ingredients, bacon and cabbage and stuff like that. And then this is where they pick up their trays, and then they'll go along here and get their food, and then they'll take it to the tables and sit and eat peacefully without fighting with each other. Yeah, fat chads. This is a great place for fights to break out, trust me. Right, tables. Right. So I want a table there, and I want a table. Now I've left enough room for a gap in between. That's actually one more gap than I was intending to leave. So then I want gap, gap, and then table. Table. Right. Cool. This looks very, very good. Then I want benches. And let's turn the bench around. So bench, 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 and bench, bench. Oh, bench, bench. Right, cool. Now I was intending for these to be actually like butted up against each other, because you don't need to leave a space in between them. But to be absolutely honest, I'm kind of happy with the layout. Yeah, I must admit, I'm kind of happy with the layout. Now what this means is we've got 8 beds on each side, right? That means 16 prisoners we can take in here, right? And then if we look up here, each one of these benches will seat 4 people. So that's 4, 8, 16. So that's like 32 people can eat there at one go. That's like assuming we're providing enough food, right? Which might be an issue with this layout, but we'll kind of see. We'll get to that. But it means that if we duplicated this layout, right, on the other side, right, so 16 and 16 is 32, and we can seat 32 here. So this is potentially like quite a duplicatable layout for this area. And if you look, we're at the halfway point there. So if we duplicate this part here, it means we've still got some room over here, and we've got other stuff that we need to put in. We've got to put laundries in and education rooms and all kinds of stuff. So we do need a bit of extra room. Right, there are still some things we need to put in, guys, before people arrive. Obviously we want to get the canteen going. That's really important. But there are some other little things which will, help to keep them happy. So what we're going to do, we're going to put in a few luxuries. So in the common room, we're going to give them a pool table. Oh yeah, I know it's a bit namby-pamby, but we've got to keep them like occupied somehow. Now, yeah, I think I'm gonna. how am I gonna do this? I think I'm gonna put that like there, right? And then, we're gonna take a TV. We'll give them a TV to watch, and then they're gonna need somewhere to sit. So I think we'll give them some chairs. So we'll give them like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chairs. Right, so 6 of them can sit in there, and somebody can be playing pool, and they can be watching the television, and then these guys will be making too much noise, so these guys will go over and start a fight, and then it'll all get wrecked, and I've got to pay for it all. That's the general plan. Right, now over here in the yard, it's going to be slightly different. Now over here in the yard, we're going to have some phone booths. Right, this is so that they can phone their families, and this is a good thing. So we're going to put 2 there, spin it around, and we're going to put 2 there. Right, so that's 4 phones that they can use to call their families stuff, which is a good thing. And then we're going to put in some weight benches, so they can do some exercising. So we'll put like a couple of weight benches in there, and we'll put a couple of weight benches in over there. Right, cool. So they can exercise, they can hang out in the yard, they can call home, they can do ET impressions, they can do whatever the hell they want. It'll be awesome. So, how are we looking now? Well, we're looking pretty good because we can bring the prisoners in, we can strip search them, we can send them to their cells. If we hire some guards and some cooks, then we can feed them, we can keep track of them, we can entertain them, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, the only sort of major thing that we're missing at the moment, probably, well, there are 2 things. One is a laundry, and one is an infirmary. Okay. The other thing that you could say that we're missing is visitation, but we're gonna kind of have to get to that. You know what? Let's get this running, right? And because there's a hell of a lot to build at this point, and you know what? I'm going to go to utilities. I want to get this finished. So the cookers and fridges have to be hooked up to the cables, right? So we're going to run electrical cables, and I'm just going to run the electrical cables up this side like that, and then hook these up like that and like that. There we go. So that's those hooked up, but we also need to do the sinks. The sinks need to be hooked up to water as well. So we'll go to small pipe, and we'll run these small pipes up here to there, and up here to there. Now obviously I've only got them on this side, but like if you're doing one side, you might as well do the other side. So we'll put that in there, and we'll do the other side like that as well. Cool. So that's our sinks hooked up, that's our food sorted out. We are looking in fairly good shape. Alright. Now I'm sure that I'm going to get comments from people saying, oh, this is a horrible design, it's incredibly inefficient because your kitchen is so far away from your storage room. Yeah, I know. Which is why we're going to have another storage room over here, right? And we're going to have a corridor in here so that the cooks can go straight to the storage area, collect what they need, and it'll be very efficient. Okay, all right. Okay, but I'm going to allow for at least one more office on this side. Like, at least one more office on this side. So we're going to want to put in, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. So we want there. We want to put a staff door in, object and staff door. Turn this around, pop that there. So we've got another office going on, and then I guess we should put a storeroom in. I guess. So yeah, all right. We'll put a storage area in. So we want a door, a staff door there, a staff door there, and a staff door there. Cool. Right, he's just opened that up. Then we're going to want to put a wall in, let's see, here. There. Now, up here is sealed, so I'm kind of not too worried about that. And if the prisoners decided to break out, they could get through this door and then get through this door, and then they've got to come all the way down here, and then they've got to come through this door, and then they've still got to get through these big 2 jail doors, right? So we're still looking pretty secure by doing this. But like at the moment, they'd only have to get through this door and they're out and they're free. They can just run away. Oh, here come the prisoners. Oh, you know what? Pause, because I want to mark this in, because it's kind of like the last kind of important thing. So we put that in there. Now I'm just kind of wondering, do I want to just fill this whole thing in? And I'm thinking not at this stage. I'm thinking not. I'm thinking like for now I'm just going to put that corridor in, and I'll kind of deal with the rest later. So I just want it like that. Boom. Cool. Right. Shall we see the prisoners arrive? Here they come. Let's slow it down because we want to see every detail. Right? Because this is exciting. This is our first prisoners arriving. Isn't this going to be cool? Yep. But you know what? Pause, because it's going to be cool in the next episode. Oh yeah, cliffhanger. I'll see you for the next one, guys. Leave me comments and I'll see you soon. Peace out.